What's going on, guys? Rockley AC here, bringing you guys a deck profile of Hit Universe 6 Represent. This is the latest deck I've been playing for the last couple weeks. Actually won second at our locals a couple weeks back, and this deck is just super fun. Can be competitive. I definitely don't put it up there, but it can steal some games, especially in like a best of one format, which most of our tournaments are. Unfortunately, but it's a deck that you could swarm your opponent with and be highly aggressive if you want to, and it has some tech cards in here that I like to my liking, and yeah, let's just go straight to the profile. All right, so we got Hit Universe 6 Leader. He's actually not a Universe 6 trait, which is funny. But on the front side, when this card attacks a leader card, you draw a card and it gets plus 5k for the duration of the turn. So I like this because it puts a lot of pressure, especially on decks that like to stall. They want to protect their life. The 15k every single turn for the first couple turns puts a lot of pressure on your opponent and makes them want to either defend or lose cards out of their hand. On the awaken ability, when your life is 4 or less, you may draw one card and untap one. Then flip it over, and it becomes this awesome assassin hit returns with the cool foiling pattern. By the way, for those who don't know or just following the game, this is actually a reboot leader. Bandai a couple months back asked the community what leaders they would want to reboot from the first, I think, 2 sets, and Hit was one of them. So Hit, prior to this, didn't get the 5k boost, and he didn't get this awesome ability, which I'll explain right now. So just like in the front side, when you attack anybody, actually, you get to draw a card. He gets a plus 5k boost and for the duration of the turn. And then choose up to one skillless battle card in your drop area with energy cost of 2 or less and play it. So this allows you to get out your 1-drop vanillas or your 2-drop vanillas. In this version, I'm playing 2-drop vanillas, and you could just put out free value there. So he's really strong. And another underlooked ability of his is the bottom effect, which is activate main or battle once per turn. You could choose one card from your hand and place it in the drop area. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with double strike, critical, or blocker, and KO it. So sometimes your opponent will go in with double strike, attacker, and then you could just pitch a card, so you don't have to waste so much combo power. You could kill their blockers and whatnot. So it's very strong. Sometimes people forget about that effect, and I think he's a pretty versatile leader. So let's go ahead with the deck. Starting with the 4, what they call it, checklands. This is the blue-red version, so this is what I'm running in terms of color. So it comes in there and it corrects your costs. Next, to after image. I'm running a total of 6 negates, so this after image helps you kind of self-awaken depending on the matchup if your opponent is stalling you. Helps minus board also as well, so super strong. Next is Beerus. This is the super combo of choice. On the defensive end, I get to untap a multicolored energy, and I could rival in my coolers later on. So that's usually the play, and he's just really strong. Just being able to pay less resources to summon the rival is really strong. Next is for Sensibean. This is great. You could use this either in defensive or offensive. Extend your plays. This has always been a consistently good card since set 1. Next is 2 Frieza's Death Ball. I like this because it's very versatile. Gives your leader or battle card plus 15k, so another less card from your hand that you got to pitch for a combo power. And also, if all your energy is red, including the multicolor cards that are blue-red, then you get to minus 10k for one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards for the battle. So multiple effects if you're able to get off. These kind of cards are really clutch, like the Cells Kamehameha and whatnot. Next is 2 Further Destruction Champa, Double Strike. I like this because you can kind of go all in with your leader, especially with that 5k boost. It really helps a lot. Also your crit cards in here, and also your vanilla cards. So you can just go all in with the double strike, so you're not just reliant on just one of them. 2 of them I think is good in this deck. Next is a tech card, mostly because in the best of 1 series, I'll be playing like Invoker like I did. You need cards that kill barrier, and Emperor Death Beam is good because it goes during the battle phase also. So it's really strong. So sometimes, you know, I'll just wait, don't pay so much for energy, and then they attack with like a big guy, minus 30k. You can either stop like a big attack or, you know, prevent some damage from there. Very strong. I have it as a one of. For things that like my leader ability can't KO. Next, Self-Awaken, in addition to Afterimage, Intensify Power Trunks. Because it's not a Self-Awaken leader, you need some cards that Self-Awaken, so Trunks helps with that. You could give it Double Strike if you want to be aggro. But yeah, very strong. I like it a lot. And yeah, so I run 4. Frieza, Death's Embrace. This is probably one of my favorite cards, or at least one of my favorite cards from the latest set. This card is so good. It's a cantrip. You draw 1 when you play it, and then for 1 red, during the battle, you could choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards, and it gets minus 10k for the duration of the battle. So if you're swinging, you pay 1 red, 10k. It's pretty much like a super combo in terms of defending yourself or power. You could use it on offensive or defensive, and it forces your opponent to kind of want to kill this card before they try to go all in, because they could just minus whatever battle card coming in, of course without barrier, and their leader card effects and all that. So it's a very strong card. Puts a little bit of pressure on your opponent in terms of trying to get rid of it. I like it a lot, and yeah, it's really cool. Next, I run a small package of the Son Goku engine over here. So Son Goku mainly is in there to keep up hand parity against Piccolo and hand destruction decks. Try to mull for Goku, so when you play it on turn 1, you know, they don't really have time to counter it. And then you can search for your 4-star ball, and then when they force to pitch you a card, you drop the 4-star ball, and then you just get it back for Goku. So it's a nice little small engine against that. And then also these 4-star balls become an extra 5k to use with your vanillas. So if you guys remember, hits awaken ability, you can put in play a vanilla for free. That's 2 costs or less. So all my 20k vanillas will become 30k with just 1 card, one of these Dragon Balls. So it's really strong, mostly why I run it. I don't run a whole bunch of it because I don't want to be off color and mess up my charge counts and all that stuff. Next, for the vanillas, I run 2 Son Goku Gohan Brainwashed and 2 of the Dinobot. These are the vanillas of choice. I like it because I think these are some of the coolest foils, especially like Gohan Brainwashed and everything. I'm not sure if you could see it in here or for focus, but yeah, really cool. I like it a lot. And then the dinosaur. I mean, come on now. That's just such an awesome card. So these are the vanillas that you bring out with your hit leader. When your hit leader attacks, you draw a card, get 5k, then choose up to 1 skillless battle card in your top area, energy costs 2 less, and play it. So those come in. I don't think you need any more than 4. You usually see it every single game, so I have no issue with that. Next are the coolers. This is your rival. Arrival of choice, puts a lot of pressure with the 20k double strike, and then when you play this card, you could choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and they get minus 10k, so this helps against like Jiren sometimes when they have the barrier guy in there, barrier blockers, a lot of annoying cards, so really helps you know, push pressure on your opponent. What's really cool here is the loop engine. Combo attack cooler. Activate battle, you pay 1 blue, choose up to 1 red or blue Frieza clan card in your battle area other than this card, and return it to its owner's hand, and then you play this card from your hand. So cooler being a Frieza clan. After you're done swinging with it, you attack with another card or whatever you want to do. Pay a blue, bounce this back to your hand, and then you get to play this. And this has another ability: when you attack once per turn or is attacked, choose up to 1 red-blue multicolor card in your drop area and combo with it. So you could combo your multicolored cards, specifically Beerus, and then you could arrival back in that cooler that you put in back from your hand from there. So you could loop this a couple times. You could attack several times. Those 20k double strike pressure on your opponent, you know, really gets to them. Next, I also run the Frieza engine. So the 4 negates, Frieza. I don't have the promo ones, which will get me into here. So this is my next best option. But it's nice to have negates, especially in a format with like some aggro, like the Gohan decks and whatnot. Also, green, yellow Broly randomly also put in there with a successor. chain. So it's good to negate, and then you could just evolve over this. Really good. I have a couple people playing Jiren in the local, so this really hurts them. When he attacks, well, here, we'll have you guys read that one real quick. Triple strike, if you could focus. When this card attacks, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and they get minus 30k for the duration of the turn. And then they mill cards according to how many they put in the drop. And then the final card is Black Smoke Dragon. I don't have the Frieza SCR, which I would actually put that in this deck because I think it synergizes a little bit more. And you don't really build so much of a drop, so depending, this is an okay card. But you could be aggro later in the game, for turn 5, turn 6, either drop their card or remove their field, and go from there. But yeah, that is the deck. I don't really have a sideboard because this is mostly played in a best of one format. But you consider different cards according to meta, Black Mass Saiyan, whatever you feel like is playing in your meta. But yeah, hope you guys like that. It's a fun deck. Draft Box 5 is about to release pretty soon. I think I got like 2 boxes coming in, but hopefully I'll get a couple more with announcement of the reprints and re-release of the second wave. But stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for subscribing. See y'all next time.